Hi, welcome to Sports Stacking 101. Now, on the website that I'll share with you, on the Sports Stacking website, they're from the Speed Stacks company who makes the official cups. They have some really nice instructional videos that slow down each stack, but I just want to give you a few pointers to get us started. So, first of all, whenever you're holding your stack, you're always going to have your hand underneath, and it's always good to hold them lightly because that kind of gets used to you moving them around. So always you have to have at least a finger down underneath or your whole hand underneath whenever you're carrying them around. Otherwise, what happens? Whoop, they all fall out and you'll drop them. And sometimes when we drop them, they break. So holding them underneath. And remember, you can use your own cups until you're able to get your own set of speed stacks. So again, we want to have a set of 12 because everything with speed stacking is done out of a set of 12. So it's good to have a set of 12. If you don't have 12, 3 or 6 will help get you started. And hopefully you can find 12 cups that are the same size that stack nicely. And remember, if you're using just regular old drink cups, you want to have an adult help you put a hole in the bottom. Because when they have a hole in the bottom, like this one, doesn't have to be this big. But if they have some kind of air hole in the bottom, it helps them to stack better so that they don't have the resistance. There's your science word for the day. They don't have resistance of the air inside slowing you down and stopping you from dropping it on the pile. If they have a hole in, drop it on the pile, they drop on there nicely. So when you're holding your cups, you want to learn to hold them on the side of the cup. So you want to have like a thumb on one side and a couple fingers on the other side. You're holding them lightly. You also want to learn to pick them up off the stack. So you can put your stack down and just use your fingers to look for the line. The line is going to be the bottom of the cup. So I can see this line right here on the bottom, the blue line. So I want to have one of my fingers on the bottom, my thumb, so I can lift them off the pile. So you can just practice just taking them lightly off the pile and stacking them up. Practice also alternating hands. So you can put one stack in front and one stack behind. I'll turn a little bit so you can see me. So I just take one off the pile, holding it at the bottom, put it and see how quickly you can just take them from one down stack to another down stack. Just practicing handling those cups. You don't want to hold them on the top like this. It works for right now, but it's not going to work very well when we try to stack really fast. So you want to have your hands on the bottom sides of the cup so that we're just handling them that way and we can just quickly put them on the pile like that. So that's a good thing to practice. Okay, the other thing that's good to practice is taking piles of cups out of the stack. So I'm going to look with my eye and I'm going to count 3 lines. You can see my blue lines here that are under the pattern. So 1, 2, 3. So that's the cup I want to grab to take 3. You can see there's 3 in the pile. 3 cups off the pile. Now I'm going to grab my other hand. I want to be able to grab 3 cups off the pile. I'll do it one more time. 3 cups off the pile. And I have 4 sets of 3. And if you're not sure how many you took, you always know that if you have 4 sets and they're the same size, then there must be the same number of cups in each pile. If they're like this, and you can see that one is taller, well, obviously the taller one has too many, and the shorter one probably needs another one. So without counting them, you can figure out which ones are in which pile. So what we're going to do is we're going to push some of our piles away, 1, 2, 3 piles away, about 1 pile left. And with this 1 pile that's left, I'm going to take a cup off with one hand. Doesn't matter which one you start with, whichever one you prefer, doesn't matter. So I'll start with my right. This is my right. There we go. It doesn't really matter which one you start with. So if I start with this hand, I'm going to lift up a cup and I'm going to put it right next to that pile of 2. And this other hand's getting ready to come right behind it, pick up the last one and put it on the top. And now I can take it down the same way. I can take it down by picking it up and sliding it over, putting it on the pile, and then this other hand picks it up, puts it on the top. So let's try to do that a little faster. So and you can keep going. You can also go the opposite direction. So I could start with this cup, put it on top, take it down. But I'm always alternating hands. They're always taking turns. And I'm only ever working on 1 pile at a time. So now when you get that, you can bring another pile into the mix. And now we're going to do 2 stacks. But we always have to start and end with the 6. That's not right. We always have to start. Let's just take it up and then I'll show you. So I'm going to build this one. If I'm building 2 sets, I have to leave this one up, go to my other pile, build that one up. I still have to leave them up. Instinct says I want to take this one down if I want to hurry up, but I'm not allowed. I have to go back to the first one I built, take it down, and then take down the other one. So I'm keeping them separate. I have 2 stacks. Let's see what that looks like with 3 stacks. So I build the first one, build the second one, build the third one. It's kind of like reading a book. I read across the page. Where do I go next? I don't start reading at the end of the line. I go back to the beginning, take down the first one, read the next line of text on the page. So that's how we do it with 3. And if you want to, just for practice, and you have a 4th one, you can do it with all 4. But the same thing, whichever one you start with, that's the one we're going to start taking down. So we have to leave this one up, go back to the beginning, take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down. And so that's how we build sets of 3. If we put 2 piles together, we can build sets of 6. So what I'm going to do again, same thing, alternating hands. I'm going to show you 1 cup at a time, and I'm going to show you using stacks. So we can take off 1 cup, then another cup, put a 3rd one on the bottom, one onto the next row, then another one, and then the last one up on top. And now to take them down, I'm going to put my hand on the side of the tall pile, pull them over, same time, pulling the other ones, pick the pile up, put them back on top. So let's do that again. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take them down, put them on the pile. And then there's a quicker way to do that, taking a pile at a time. So again, I'm looking for where I see the 3rd cup. I've got 3 in this hand, 2 in this hand, leaving 1. Let 1 cup out on each side, 1 cup out, and 1 on the top. And down it goes. So let's see that again quickly. So there we go. So that's our 3 stack and our 6 stack. That's what we're going to do today. There'll be patterns on the slide for you to try. And then if you want to go on to some others, you can use the Speed Stacks videos on the website. But that's what we're going to practice stacking today.